What's up, everybody? Maximilian here, and welcome back to Yo Video Games E3 Edition 2012. We are still in day one covering the games of the first day impressions of E3. We just talked about Sega Sonic All-Star Racing, and now we're going to go into another Sega title that I am furiously excited about. I think you'll agree with me here.
Yeah, I mean, they've made Aliens games before, a lot of AVP games, but this one's being done.
This one's special.
Very closely with Fox. They're making it as an official sequel or bridge between Aliens and Alien 3. So
I'm down for that.
I mean, and you'll see. We interviewed the writer of the game, Mikey from Gearbox, and he had a lot to say. We talked mostly just about like story and lore and all that, and how he what is and isn't considered canon, and how they really were sticking close to the movies.
Yeah.
And all that. So I mean, my burning question was kind of answered about like hey, aliens come from a host. Where's the hosts coming from? So he obviously wouldn't tell me, but like at the same time, it's like it's addressed.
So what we saw of Aliens and what we waited in line to play, I don't know, you didn't get a chance to check it out.
I have not played Aliens.
The biggest thing I was concerned about was like the frame rate of the game and how it feels, and we didn't get a chance to check out the local single player or the regular single player, but we did get local multiplayer. So it's 6-on-6. I think that's the maximum it gets. You get against whatever we played was Aliens versus Marines, and I'm pretty sure each side was controlling both. One mode might have been a horde mode where you're fighting out and just holding up against aliens.
Yeah, there's a survival mode.
Yeah, which is definitely in the game because it's like designed for it. But the other one is a competitive where people are controlling aliens in the third person, Marines in the first person, and you just blow each other away.
And that was a good. I think that was a good call for Gearbox because, and as Mikey was telling us, like, they tried, seeing what it was like playing as the aliens in first-person view, but it's just disorienting. And
it's too jarring if you're moving that fast.
They can crawl over every surface, so it's like, they're going up and down and sideways, and it's just like, fuck me.
So, from the impressions I had and when I was watching it, the game is visually striking. Like it's crazy to see how good the game looks.
Yeah, and they've like specially written like lighting engine for this game.
The thing I was concerned about is that they were all playing with Xbox controllers, so I'm like, oh, this is running on current gen systems. This is going to be great. And turns out it wasn't. It was running on PC hardware with Xbox controllers. And even with that, you could see it hitting 60 frames a second. Like I'm a frame whore. Like I really look at frames per second, and I like games that run at a smooth frame and a smooth FPS.
Yeah.
This was varying between like 30 to 60, it looked like, from the most part. When there's high action, it would maybe go into the 20s sometimes, but it would hit 60 frames every once in a while, and it looked amazing.
Yeah.
But it would fluctuate, and they're saying the game is still being optimized, so hopefully that'll get fixed eventually.
I'm sure high-end PCs should be able to fix the frame rate problem.
But as far as the visual fidelity of the game, as far as the looks, the stages, the multiplayer levels, it looks like it came right out of Aliens. Like, as soon as you start up a match, they drop you in, you go dun 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 dun, like that weird Aliens clicking noise that happens whenever they go into like a new area in the movie. Mm-hmm. All that little stuff is still there, which is really important to me because that's the little nostalgic moments, and it's totally got that, man. The weapons feel really fun to use. It's a little bit hard to use pulse rifles against aliens that are really fast. Like, it was almost impossible to shoot them because they were moving around so quick.
Well,
so
that's kind of keeping with what it's supposed to be.
That's true. It's true. It could be a balancing thing for gameplay-wise, but who knows?
Well, I mean, if you're the alien, you have to get in close. You have no range attack, so.
Well, yeah, the aliens, but they're fast and they can move on any surface. And essentially, every time you would get killed, it's because something was behind you.
From what I understand right now, like the only issue—it's not even really an issue. It's just the way the alien and marine versus mode works out now is if you're the Marines, you're basically racing to find the smart gun. And if you're the aliens, you're basically racing to unlock the Crusher alien to play as.
Yeah, I said we saw the Crusher a little bit. Like the big bull alien that's got a giant head. Yeah. We saw that happen a few times. Didn't see any extra weapons. There was like an SMG. No, there was like a triple burst new weapon that isn't in alien lore, which was pretty cool. But aside from that, one thing that was a little disappointing, and I don't know if it's a combination of PC running on televisions that have input delay or stuff like that, the controls were pretty sluggish.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like, I don't know if you guys played Battlefield on consoles, not on PC, but on consoles. The thing that bugs me about Battlefield is that the controls are like a little behind every once in a while. On PC, the game's amazing. It's flawless and runs perfectly, but on console, it just like slugs a little bit, and that's what kind of bugs me about it.
Well, it's funny because especially at Sega too, I mean, they all had, nice HD TVs, but, Namco and Sega both seem to have I don't know if the mode wasn't right or what, but there was something off about a lot of the games I was playing today, like graphically. Like there were these weird little hiccups on the screen, and like Sonic on All-Star Racing Transformed had it. Ni no Kuni had it, and like Ni no Kuni did not look nearly as good as it does when I play it, you know, in my home. And just weird things like that. So I'm wondering if Aliens probably had suffered the same fate.
It's a PC build of the game.
You know, off about like the screen they were using.
Yeah.
So
all things considered, what I was looking forward to is I was a little disappointed, but then there was some stuff that I was really impressed by. Like that game is looking extremely good. And the most important factor, even though some things kind of griped me about the physical controls of the game as well as the frame rate, it was really fun. Like it was a blast. Every single person that walked out of there was just like, that was freaking awesome. Like, oh my god. It hits the experience so well about like you being a Marine and going up against aliens because the environments and the guns and everything else are freaking awesome. So.
Well, I mean, Gearbox is a good developer too, and you know they know what they're doing, especially in the first person space. So you know it's good that they're developing the game, you know.
I almost really wanted to try out like the non-multiplayer. Like I just wanted to feel
and
what the
that's
game
actually what I'm
normal
looking
was
forward
like.
to most. You know, I actually want to see single or co-op campaign.
Yeah.
And again, that's kind of the thing they've been hiding and, you know, behind all the curtains, and you know, sadly the game won't be out until February 12th.
So impressions of Aliens Colonial Marines, a little mixed. I don't think you could find a game at E3 that I'm more excited for, and some stuff really impressed me. So definitely give it a look. All the footage that you guys saw during this video was from multiplayer, and it does look pretty good in multiplayer, but hopefully over time, and with still a long time before the game comes out, actually, things will get ironed out, and we'll get a badass console version that we'll finally be able to see.
It is February.
Yeah. We thought that game was going to be coming out like in a month. Oh, you're so dumb. No, dude.
Yeah.
Early 2013. But until next time, we're going to be looking at more games from our Day 1 E3 lineup. Any games that you were specifically looking forward to going into the next one?
Well, we could always talk about Ni no Kuni. I think
That's
that was our next.
true.
I think that was our next interview.
That's true. Ni no Kuni is a big, epic RPG saga done in the vein and the style of a Miyazaki movie. And if you guys don't know what that is, you should stop watching this right now. Some people might actually not know what Miyazaki movies are, and that's fine. It's
no,
anime.
that is not okay.
Yes.
Not okay.
The best part is that we can tell them what it is.
Yeah. Look up that name. Look up his movies. Watch them. Don't do another thing till you do. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to eat. And don't play with yourself. Watch those movies.
That's good advice.